Oh my God, my life is over! Are you talking about that hooker that ran over and killed your dog who had no car insurance? No! It's even worse than that! My zodiac sign changed! Oh wait, are you talking about that new 13th zodiac sign that everyone's talking about again? Yeah, the 13th sign of Ophiuchus. It shifted my zodiac sign another sign and now my whole life is a lie. What's up, motherfuckers? This is the motherfucking peace dealer, and I'm motherfucking angry right now. Turns out every couple of years, there's always some fake news program talking about some fake constellation discovery about a 13th sign, and now you have people who are genuinely interested in learning astrology misled and misinformed, thinking their whole life is a lie because their sign changed. Okay, well, I'm gonna make this video special to nip this in the bud. This is proof that there are people who truly know astrology and there are people who don't know. Okay, if you're out here getting readings from someone who believes that there's a 13th sign, you're wasting your money, boo-boo. If you out here listening to these conventional scientists, I don't know, like Bill Nye, and you getting that clap back in this video, Bill Nye. Okay, I know you a Sagittarius. I love Sagittariuses, and I used to watch you, Bill Nye, growing up, but you say stuff like this?
Cannot make any predictions with astrology, and I feel bad for you spending money with astrologers. You're wasting your time. Once I remind you of this continually, that astrology is bunk, you're not going to dismiss it right away. It'll take you a couple years to really accept that you're wasting your time messing with astrology.
And we gon' have problems. So I'm gonna hit you back with facts, brother. And all you people who believe in a 13th sign, all you people who believe in Vedic astrology, the sidereal system, is false. Stop using the sidereal system for Western calculations. I personally love Vedic astrology, and there are nakshatras and systems of Vedic that work fascinatingly on the tropical system. But if you're using the sidereal system that 13th sign astrologers believe in and that Vedic astrologers believe in, I'm sorry, you wasting your money and you're wasting your time. We are in the earth. The main problem with people who act like they know astrology is that they don't. So people are listening to people who have no experience studying astrology. They've never read their chart. They've never had a real reading, or they don't even follow the craft. They're in some other craft trying to tell you a discovery they made about a field they're not in. I'm not having it. If you know anyone who believes that Ophiuchus is real, show them this video so they can wake up finally. Okay? If you know anyone who is in denial or is wanting to know, show them this video. There's a tropical system and the sidereal system. Sidereal is based off of the fixed constellations in the sky. Figuratively so. There's a 23-degree delineation and difference between Western and tropical, and that's because the fixed constellations move, which would be great if astrology was based on that, but it's not. It's based on the ecliptic, and it's based on the sun's transit through its seasonal progress as we and the rest of the planets orbit around it. Completely mathematical, completely scientific. And as a professional astrologer that helps hundreds of people, I'm tired of these lies just circulating. So if you want facts about why there is no such thing as a 13th sign, stay tuned. Let's get it.
I be on my level 24/7. I be on my level 24/7. I be on my level. I be on my level 24/7.
So let's talk about the zodiac, because clearly people who have no experience about this are telling people what it is, and we need to take y'all back to school, okay? And please forgive my attitude, but this really pisses me off. Like, I hate having to explain this when it's not really that hard to figure out if you want to do research on your own. Isn't it crazy? people won't do research about astrology, but then tell people who believe in astrology that they're pseudoscientific. Oh well, it's a new age of Aquarius. And I find it very interesting that I made a video like this already, and YouTube deleted it. Why would YouTube get rid of the one video that clears all misconception away of there being a 13th sign? I'm just going to give YouTube the benefit of the doubt and say I accidentally deleted it. But some of you can comment below. You remember that video I made. It's somehow missing. Unless it's still there and I missed over it, you can post it down below. But what is the zodiac? Okay, the zodiac is a circuit through space. It's a line. It's based off of the ecliptic. Okay, the zodiac is not necessarily a real thing. It's really an astronomical circle based off of the ecliptic, and the ecliptic being a line that cuts straight through the equator at an angle in order to help delineate the right amount of space. The reason why we call it an ecliptic is that every 6 months the moon will cross the sun's path and line up exactly with the sun to create an eclipse, okay? And the angle between the ecliptic and the equator is the reason why the Earth experiences seasons. It experiences seasons. So the reason why we have Aries season, Libra season, is not because we look up in the sky and we see the suns in that constellation, which mind boggles me. You have professional scientists who think that they can debunk astrology based off of a false system that real astrologers don't even use. Do you think that they don't know any better? No, this is a spiritual war, my friends. This is disinformation. They know they're lying. Trust me. All right? Unless they're misinformed, then they can admit that on their own. Okay? Because it's from the ecliptic. When we have these differing angles that based on the calendar and this ecliptic, we of course divide the zodiac into 12 signs because calendarically, okay, we have 12 months. And that also correlates to the 365 days as well as 360 degrees that we divide into 4 quadrants as the elliptic cuts through the equator and the sun goes around the path. So we have 90 degrees that will mark a season as the sun transits through the signs. What a zodiac sign is not a real thing. It's information. It's what governs the temperaments based on the sun's transit through the ecliptic of Cancer, or the tropic of Cancer and Capricorn, where we know during the equinoxes, Aries season is not because the sun is in the constellation of Aries, but because it's the most day and the least night. It's the 0 degree point that lets us know. This is what allowed the Dogons, this is what allowed the ancient Babylonians to know astronomically the astrological effects without calendar systems based on a lot of this information. So I just kind of want to nip that in the bud. Anybody, like, I want this video to serve as ammunition. Let this be your sword, because there are a lot of idiots out here who've never studied astrology a day in their lives, but they want to tell you something they saw on Google, or some dumb scientist who's like, oh, well, astrology is based on the constellations. No, it is not at all. And we will revisit this. All right. Any true or real astrologer in this craft knows it's based off the ecliptic and the zodiac, which is a non-material existence. We're following the sun here. That's why it's tropical astrology. I don't want to patronize any of you all, but the fact that we're still here, the fact that some people believe that they have a 13th zodiac sign is appalling, and you look delusional.
I be on my level 24/7. I be on my level 24/7. I be on my level. I be on my level 24/7.
So just to make sure you all are aware, I have in the description box below a link to 2 articles that really speak from astro.com about this dynamic. It's where I'm also sourcing much of the information I'm coming up with here. Don't think this whole Ophiuchus thing is new, because a lot of these new generation superstars and kids, they're going to be fed the same propaganda, okay? There's always a news story about a new scientific finding or precession of the equinoxes or shifts in the constellation. They've been talking about this Ophiuchus bullshit since 1995. Okay? They've been trying to recirculate this into the media every now and then. Oh my God. They've been trying to recirculate this into the media every now and then ever since 95. It's nothing new. Every time they make it sound like it's a new discovery, it's a new lie. It's an old lie being covered in a new way. So don't think this is any new discourse. This is strictly for misinformation and just for people to talk about astrology. Some people want to make whatever buzz. This isn't the first time you're going to hear it again. And they've been talking about it and bringing up every so couple of years. Do not believe the BS. Having different zodiac systems does not prove astrology to be groundless either, because the sidereal system is not really meant to be used in the same way as tropical. You use tropical based on the ecliptic, okay, and the sun's path in orbit for Earth. If you're on Earth, if you're an alien and you're in the sky, okay, you might use sidereal. You might use sidereal in the precession of equinoxes, but don't fall for the BS. Don't fall for the BS. Don't ever believe anyone who says your zodiac sign has shifted. And that's really as far as it goes to Ophiuchus. And let's get to Bill Nye.
Astrology's not true. Just knock yourselves out, you guys. You're telling me there's only 12 types of people in the world?
Is this a real scientist? How do you unscientifically use your own bias and opinions to say a legitimately true scientific craft is pseudoscientific, okay? No true astrologer claims that astrology breaks down 12 different types of people. Any true astrologer knows that the 12 different signs are archetypes, different facets of your consciousness that every single person has. In one zodiac sign alone, you have 12 different moon signs, which delineates more than over 144,000 combinations. All right? Nobody, no true astrologer, okay? There might be people who say that, but there are people who believe in a flat earth, and there are people who believe that gravity doesn't exist. And when they say things about science, we don't listen to it. So this motherfucker knows nothing about astrology, and I'm gonna prove it. Should you take seriously what he says when people say that astrology breaks down 12 different types of people? No, that's not what real astrologers believe, and that's not what astrology is about. Astrology is all about integrating the relationship between these 12 zodiac signs and the heavenly bodies for us to know ourselves as above, so below. Biatch.
Astrology was created by Ptolemy trying to solve problems.
And you're wrong. Did you see the casual glibness to which he definitely said astrology was created by Ptolemy 2,000 years ago? Is this some kind of discovery thing where we just believe that all of civilization began with the Greeks? First of all, it is fact, okay? Before 2000 BC, the Greeks got their knowledge from the Babylonians, who had used astrology in their astronomical calculations, and the Dogons, ancient Africans. They don't want to talk about the Africans. Ancient African civilization who was able to astound modern scientists with how well they applied astrology and astronomy. And let's just not forget, who did the Greeks get it from? The Egyptians. So this is yet another lie. We are 2 for 2. First of all, Bill says that you mean to tell me astrology is about 12 different people? That's a lie. Second of all, he says Ptolemy created it. That is a bold-faced lie for people who don't want to do research. Next.
2,000 years ago, but the Earth wobbles on its axis. 24,770 years, something like that. So over the last 2,000, that's about a 12th of the wobble. The stars, as seen from the Earth at sunrise, have moved to the west, a full constellation. So are you a Sagittarius, or what's the other one? A Capricorn? I don't know. You tell me, man.
Do you know how many people take this man seriously? And let's just be real. He didn't even know what was after Sagittarius. So this dude isn't even versed in astrology, but he's an authority? How does that make sense, guys? Because some of you really think what he said makes sense. Really. He's talking about how the fixed constellation of stars moved a whole zodiac sign, which would be great if astrology was based on that. And it isn't. He is referencing a false system of astrology that real astrologers don't even use. That, my friends, is called a logical fallacy, and we can either call that a red herring or a straw man approach. Look it up. There are two logical fallacies which involved bringing up something else that has nothing to do with the main point and completely misleading other people. Bill Nye the Science Guy, you got some explaining to do. You just made a video on now this, and now this, I'm disappointed in you. I'm so disappointed in you because you have a platform that reaches a lot of people. Someone show this video, show them this video. You had a professional, and I put that in quotes, professional scientist talk about astrology and say four things that wasn't true. He ended the video of saying that astrology isn't real and you shouldn't waste your money spending time investing in astrologers. Well, my career has once and for all, as well as other experienced astrologers, showed that that's false. And I'm really mad because people give this dude credibility. And in mainstream science, I'm tired of being looked at like a pseudoscientist for saying nothing but facts. I invite any single one of you to give a retort to this video and give me facts. I am tired of seeing the stupid ass 13 sign astrology propaganda come up, and you stupid ass scientists, all right, you're not stupid. In fact, that's what pisses me off, because Bill Nye Science Guy is very intelligent, and I don't believe for a second that he doesn't know this. Astrology. Did you see how he had to ask what sign was after Sagittarius? That is literally like me giving opinion on chemistry and being, well, I don't know what's the other element after calcium in the periodic table? Yeah, that, it doesn't matter. How does that make sense? I'm having a heart-to-heart to y'all. How does that make sense? I might as well say the world is flat. What he did is him being a flat earther, being like, well, science isn't real, gravity isn't real. I don't know really the elements of the periodic table. Nah, son, this is 2018. This shit doesn't fly. And I hope I look weird, but at least I'm telling you the truth. I have links in the description box to articles with sources you can research. And I want one of you, any of you, to come with a debunking of this. You have to refute these points, okay? First of all, the whole notion of astrology and Bill Nye's point is that because we base astrology on a fixed star system, this is what he's saying, based on sidereal, that since our zodiac sign shifted, then what? Is he not a Sagittarius anymore? Is he a Capricorn? Oh, that's so cute. That is a false premise. No one bases astrology off of that. Astrology is based off the ecliptic. The zodiac is based off of calendrical and zodiacal, as well as astronomical calculations of the sun and the moon's relationship between the ecliptic as it runs through the equator of the earth. Say it with me, ladies and gentlemen. This is scientific. Stop saying astrology is magic. Stop saying astrology is some mumbo jumbo spirituality, whatever. It is science. And until you people want to accept that, and I know you people who follow me, you know what it is. This is spiritual warfare. Until you skeptics want to research, because I did research. I studied this. That's why I'm good at what I do. When I want to learn chemistry, I'm going to study chemistry. I'm not going to know nothing about chemistry and talk about it like Bill Nye, who clearly knows nothing about astrology. He didn't even know what sign was after Sagittarius, but he can mislead innocent youth to believing that this isn't true. You made a huge mistake, and good luck. This is the new age of Aquarius. I really do hope you make an apology, Bill Nye. If you watch this, now this, and Bill Nye, and even you, Neil Tyson deGrasse, I respect both of them as scientists, but this is where you guys cross the line. There is a bias when it comes to interpretation of astrology. That is very real. Cold reading exists, but to outright denounce this as a craft that is inherently scientific, Not on my watch. Y'all stay blessed, and until next time.